Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be jumping back on Assetto Corsa, and the mod I have sort of acquired for today's video is the Slick Tyres mod. So the Slick Tyres we currently use in Formula 1, we have been using since 2009. We are going to be using those tyres, and we're going to be bolting them to a Ferrari F2004, which took Michael Schumacher to his 7th and final World Drivers' Championship. So we're going to be doing it on a few tracks. We're going to be doing it on the Nordschleife first, because where else would we do it? And then we're going to be jumping over to the Circuit de la Sarthe to try it over there on a bit more of a, I would say wider circuit, maybe something like that, I guess you would classify it as. But yeah, thank you all so much for voting and picking what video I was going to record next. This was the winner. So let's get straight into it. Thank you all so much for voting. But yeah, let's just get straight into the action. Get there. It's going to be up. Yes. Woohoo! There we are. Yes. Oh, I'm having another accident. I'm over. That is why. That's huge. Okay, so here we are in our sort of mini grid spot for the F2004 at the Nordschleife. So, although it doesn't look like it with the tyres, but we do have the slick tyres on the right and left and at the rear. They do look grooved with the mod, but they are the slick tyres. They have all the properties of the slick tyres. So we're going to rev it up a bit, and we're going to get going, and we're just going to see how quickly we can get around a lap of the Nordschleife with slick tyres bolted to an F2004 through the final corner, first gear, getting close to the guardrail barrier, and away we go, getting the power down. Already a bit of a moment while these tyres are cold, and through turn one, first gear, able to carry so much more apex speed than we would have on grooved tyres, but through down the downhill first section, easily flat, braking super late, third gear, fourth gear, and clipping every apex that we can, and just before you even realise, we're already through that section. So bloody quick, as we now head through the right-left before the Flugplatz, and look at how quickly we're already through there. So much grip and traction on these slick tyres as we're going to head up through the Flugplatz. This is going to be easily flat, clipping that curb on the inside, and we didn't even think about lifting as we now head down towards Arenberg. But I'm running the highest amount of wing angle on both the front and rear, so we've got them all the turn in we can get. But through Arenberg, this is going to be easily flat. Very nice, and then getting late on the brakes, crunching the gears down to third, stay close to that apex, and then away we go again. And look at how quickly we're already through this lap. 1 minute 5 in so far as we head down to the compression. Nothing else even comes close to that. As flat through we go, we're going to get really late on the brakes, flat through that kink, and no other car is going to take a kink like that flat at nearly 280 kilometers an hour. Through the left and right, and away we go again, back on the power fully, past Rebel Tree up to 6th gear and then 7th gear. Now this is going to be insane. This corner here is going to be flat, very nicely done, down to 3rd gear, and in anything else that would not be a flat corner. It might be like a small lift and a downshift, but in this, nope, just easily flat, don't even have to think about it. And then away we go again, 3rd, 4th, 5th, through the little Mickey Mouse chicane I like to call it, and then a lift through here, but it's not really even that necessarily, that's just a confidence thing. Down towards the hairpin, clipping that apex, first gear. Now, the slicks don't make too much of a difference in the low-speed hairpins, but everywhere else, we're just seeing the effects of what a slick tyre does compared to a groove tyre. 4th gear, clipping that apex, don't want to use that curb on the outside, and look at how quickly we're going through already. And then away we go, planting the power, 100% throttle for most of this lap, really, with the slick tyres. As through we go, 7th gear, late on the brakes again, and just able to carry so much more apex speed for some of these corners. That was monumentally fast through there. Now, obviously, in the real 2004 season, they didn't use slick tyres as there were concerns over safety and the cars becoming too fast. So they used Michelin and specifically Bridgestone grooved tyres, specifically on the Ferrari. But up towards 281 kilometers an hour we go towards this upcoming kink. This is not even going to think or flinch, easily flat through there, 7th gear, and then we're going to get to the second kink, which in most cars is a lift. Not in this though, easily flat, and then braking late, 2nd gear, as we head up towards Carousel, and getting on the power, full throttle once again, and look at the acceleration we get coming out. Now, just easily into there. Oh, I've actually missed the carousel, but look at the grip we get on the outside. Absolutely monumental, and we just flew there like nothing even happened. Yes, I made a mistake, but that doesn't really matter too much, as rising up the hill, this is going to be a small downshift. Oh, and getting it turned in, very nice. Everything on slick tyres in this F2004 just becomes utterly effortless once you bolt a pair of slicks onto it. It's through this section we go. No! Oh, I'm going to lose it. But no, we're just going to carry on. We're just going to carry on because I don't want to do another attempt. But dropping down the hill, I think we've got a little bit of damage, but that's really okay. And getting onto the curb, 4th gear, 5th gear, back down to 4th, and a little bit of a moment there, but we're okay. It's going to the right, 3rd gear, cutting back in, and over the crest we go. And dropping down the hill, we're going to get airtime here, surely. Because of the speed. No, the downforce is going to keep us to the ground. And no, that's going to be off again. Oh. Okay, so away we go. This is now the Circuit de la Sarthe. So we're just going to do one lap around here with the slick tyres bolted on once again. Apologies in advance. I don't know too many of the corner names around this circuit, but you're just going to have to bear with me on that one. But through the final chicane we go to start our slick hot lap in the F2004, and away we go. It was a good exit out of the final corner up to 6th gear, and then 7th gear, there we go. And through turn 1, grab that kink on the inside, very nice. Now braking, down to 2nd, clip that apex, and once again, the turn in is just so easy. You just don't even have to think, the car will just do what you want. As we drop down the hill, 6th gear, nearly clipping those bollards, and then a bit of understeer through there for the first time ever. In this video, up to 6th, and then for the double kink, clip the curb slightly, but then away we go onto the straight. So that is realistically, that is the hard part of the lap now done. As we head down the straight, we're immediately going to be topping out 312 kilometers an hour down the Mulsanne straight towards the first chicane, and staying to the left-hand side. Try not to cross the white line though, because it's a bit slippery out there, and we're going to brake super late there. Down to 2nd gear, and look at the stopping power on this Ferrari, and just like that, we threw the chicane without even a second thought up to 6th gear, and then really using the rev limiter. We paid for all the revs, so I'm going to use all the revs up to 7th gear, and then once again topping out at 312, dropping down the hill a bit towards the second of 2 chicanes. 300 meter board there, 100 meter board there, and now we're on the brakes. Slamming on the brakes, crunching the gears, a little bit of oversteer that time through the chicane, but then we're away again, just like nothing ever happened, as we rise up to the sunset corner, I believe this is called, where you get the sun in your eyes during the crossover into night. Over the crest, nicely done, 313 kilometers an hour, and then once again hard on the brakes, getting a car pulled up, 1st gear for that right-hander. Like I said at the neutral life, they don't really make too much of a difference in the low-speed corners, but everywhere else it's just an insane amount of difference. But down towards Indianapolis, staying close to that curb on the inside, then swinging back out. And the place we're going to see the biggest sort of difference between the 2 tyres is through the final sector, where it's all mainly just flat through this kink, which was never in question. 2nd gear, small lock-up I just had on the left front wheel, but away we go again for the next right-hander. Just getting a downshift protection warning there, so might have crunched the gears a little bit too hard. And under the Porsche banner, away we go again, still rapidly fast on these tyres. Now this is where we're going to see the most difference in this F2004 as we head down towards the final sector on the circuit. So it's just going to be a quick downshift following that black tarmac, and look at how quick we were through there already. Swinging out to that curb easily, and then flat through most of this. Look at that, still flat. And then, going a little bit wide, but we were basically flat for that whole section. And then we're going to get on the power again towards the final chicane. This is going to be rapid. 4th gear, clipping that curb. 3rd gear, 2nd, and then final corner through the chicane and to the line to complete a lap of the Circuit de la Sarthe. It's a 3-minute 15.662. That was insane, and just before we even realised it was getting going, lap's over. That's how quick these slick tyres are. But there we have it. Oh, there we have it, everybody. That has been a sort of return to Assetto Corsa. I know it's been a while since we've played this, but getting back into it now. Thank you all so much for voting over on the Discord on picking what I was going to record. So you helped me out a lot with that. And it's good to see all of you participating. We had like 13 votes or something, so that's really good to see. But yeah, that is all for me. Stay safe, have an awesome day, make good choices, and I'm going to see you all tonight for SRW. So take care, everybody.